H3xan01c here. I'm going to be running through a few little tutorials on how to protect your faction in order to make it so that you're not going to lose all your stuff right away. So, hey Rabbit, hey Bunny, I got nothing. Sorry. So basically, what you're going to do is you're going to need a faction. Now, we are already in a faction. So if you do /F space help, you will see the list of things you can do with the factions. What you'd like to do is do /F help and then page 2, and you'll be able to see that, and /F help page 3, and /F help 4. What do we get there? And /F help 5. Alright, so there's disband, there is all sorts of stuff. There's claiming, see the chunk you stand in. That's the one that we need to take a look at right now. So we're going to do /F space SC. And what we get is this nice little smoke pattern that shows us that this is the border of the chunk we're on right now. So you can, we'll just mark that out, kind of get out of my way, sheep. So this is a 16 by 16 square. And one of the simplest things you can do in order to protect yourself, I'm in creative just so that it goes faster, but you can do this in survival, is to do the /FSC, find your chunk border, and then make sure that you define your chunk border. And by putting a tunnel, not a tunnel, but a ditch that's 2 blocks deep, you're going to protect yourself from most mobs. Possibly not spiders, but certainly not other players. But at least it's a start. And you'll also want this defined, because if you're going to take this area as your faction, you want to be able to know where you're modifying and what you're modifying. So there we got a bit of a start on our defenses already. We have this one chunk. It's not ours yet. Anybody can modify it. But it would slow down some mobs for sure right now. And I am going to /F. Do we do a /F exit? /F help list plane join leave /F leave dungeon destroyer. So I've left the dungeon destroyer. I do /FF. I am dungeon destroyer. No description set. No. /F. Okay, so have I left /F? I am still in dungeon destroyer. Why am I still in dungeon destroyer? /F leave dungeon destroyer. /F leave. There. That's all I had to do. I didn't have to be specific. So /FF will show that I am now in the faction wilderness, and I'm allied to nobody. I am enemy to Battleborn and Swag. Apparently they are against the wilderness. So I'm going to create a new faction. /f create, and we're going to call this, who knows, what are we going to call this? This is a protection area. Let's call it lockdown. Okay, so I'm in lockdown, so /ff shows that I am now in the faction lockdown. I have an ID, no description. It's been open for 4 seconds. Now, the flags show open monsters. Those are in red, so it means that there's no monsters in this area and that you need to be invited to join lockdown faction. And following down at the bottom, it says followers online. The 2 stars mean that I am the owner, creator of this. I am top dog. So I am top dog. So now we still don't own this land. If we do a /infoboard show, this here will toggle through between that screen and the next. It'll show us where we are. There, I'm inside wilderness. So we want to /f claim O for 1. We're going to take this block. So this one, 302-13, is now ours, and it shows I'm inside lockdown. So now, this 16 by 16 block, when we jump out, it shows down in the bottom left, wilderness, and now we're in lockdown. So now nobody else can break this. They can jump over and kill me, or kill this pig, my piggy. You know? So let's protect this pig. See if we can protect him. Oh, gonna protect him by hurting him? Oh, man, he's just gonna go wandering away. Oh, well. Come on back, piggy. Sorry about that. Alright, so this is now our section, and it is in lockdown. So what's the next thing we got? Well, if somebody's going to come over here and jump over here and kill us, then it's probably a good idea to get a small building made. And if we make a small building, this is going to be a weird building. As long as we build this, then we can have a place to hide. And there's some problems with that, because if we are to hide, they can just wait outside, and they might wait us out. And I've seen some factions where they'll actually place people there waiting for you in order to get you when you come out. I'm gonna use sandstone. Sure. Yeah, this is not really a crafting lesson. So I don't. You know, I'm just gonna build this little house, and little nondescript little thing. So that's your second line of defense. If you find yourself starting out here, you want to make sure that you have a nice little house built, and yeah, so I'm just gonna this little shack. Now this will be able to protect you from spiders and pretty much any of the mobs that are going to come out at night to try and get you. And you can also hide out of the way. And what are we forgetting? Well, we need a door. So one thing you got to realize with the door is currently the doors, only oak doors are recognized by the There we go. These birch doors, jungle doors, acacia, spruce, and dark oak, they all look nice, but the only ones iron doors and the oak doors. So when you're starting out, probably just want an oak door. And you stick that on there. Now, I can open and close that. But only people in the faction can open and close that who happen to be under your control. So you can hide in here, and you can throw down some glass. And this is always a good idea to have some glass, because you will then be able to see anybody that's coming, and know if there's somebody out there, because the last thing you want to do is have to pop a block to see if somebody's out there waiting to kill you, so you don't want to be stuck in here either. So your next step, once you've survived the night a couple times, get some supplies, is of course you want a wall, and so you want to keep it inside this 16. But if I build a wall, and I'm building this wall, and I build this wall up here, it doesn't matter how tall I make it, you'll keep people out at 2, right? But they won't be able to jump over that. But they can come running up here, and they can nerd pull right up onto your wall and over and in and kill you. So that's another thing you have to watch out for. So they're going to kill you if you have that wall right there. So if you're able to, if you have the power, you take another chunk out here all the way around. And then what that does is it'll make it so that they have to jump a lot farther. Like the closest nerd pole they'll be able to make then is here. And then they'll nerd pull and have to jump all the way over to your fence. And the more buffer zone you have here, the better. But it's still good, and it's nice to have a wall or a fence of some sort in place in order to protect it. And you can level down this stuff just to clear it out a bit, because you don't want people hiding. And the other thing is you got a tree here, so with this tree kind of splitting the way, they could they might climb up one side of a tree or bushes and then jump over. You don't want that. Now let's say, for instance, what do we got next? Okay, so we got our door. We got a place to hide. They can't come in. You want defenses. You want to be able to shoot back or something like that. Maybe you want to put stairs or something up onto the roof so that you can get up on the roof. Because then if you have, say for instance, this here, and then some ladders, because then you want to have, here we go, and you can get on the roof. You can shoot at them and then pop back down inside. Now if you're going to do that, you also need to have a little bit of defenses here. So this is not really nice, but you can do that. And then you want to throw in with a gate of some sort. What do we got? There we go. Gate. Trapdoor. That's what I meant. Trapdoor. And come on, not. Oh, you know what? There we go. There we go. So now when you get inside, you can lock that, and they're not going to come in and get you. But it gives you an option. It also means, well, while they're fighting there, you can try and get out and then run away if you have to. but they shouldn't be able to do much if you're in your house. And then you can wait the timeout, because if they've hit you, you don't want to log off, because then you've combat logged. You want to wait till that time's out and it tells you, so that you can have that. Now, if you want to get into the particulars of factions, and you've built your wall, and you want somebody else to have access, and you've got another spot, you want this protected from other people in your faction. So if you go /FF, you see your faction is locked down, and you currently have no followers, but if you did, you can /F access V for view. So what we're looking at here is host faction, which is you, and your granted players none. So if I go /F space access P for player and go Darth Kyle B, and go / there we go. So you see that I have given the players Darth Kyle B from Dungeon Destroyer access to this block. So even though it's protected for us, he now specifically has access. Now, not all Dungeon Destroyer, just Darth Kyle B. Now, if I go /F access space faction and go say Sting, our friend Sting. So now everybody in Sting is allowed in here, and Darth Kyle B. So right now there's 2 specific people and anybody that happens to be in Sting. So that opens us up as this is how you protect your areas. Now, if I had a larger group, and I go /F space access player H3xan01c, and I'll just tab that, throw myself in. Now it shows that I am specifically granted as a player, so that allows me to go F access and space faction. Oh, and our faction name is Lockdown. So now what we have is the host faction is us. The host faction is not allowed. So the only people that are allowed here are Sting and Darth Kyle B and me. So let's go /F space access faction again, Sting, which will remove them because it's a toggle type situation. So now only Darth Kyle B and me can go in here, and otherwise it's blocked from anybody being able to modify this or to open and close these doors. So when you have multiple sections that are protected by factions, you can then sub-protect each chunk. So it's important that if this whole valley was owned by Lockdown and I wanted to give this next chunk, give them something to build, then you want to make sure you define it with the /FSC for show chunk, and you do it again and it'll shut it off. But /FSC show chunk again. You can define with factions this chunk area with that access. So as long as the doors are within this boundary. So as a faction owner, what you might want to do is have a path and put a path around and maybe 3 wide, because then that's right on down the chunk, or 2 wide, so that it's on this boundary and that boundary, whatever your preference. Just mix it up. So if it's 4, that's good, because then what you're going to do is you're going to tell them that, okay, you're going to give them this section, but ask them to leave that open, because they'll be able to modify this and this, but not on the other side. If you allow them as a member to build and they put the door out here, You know, that's fine if everything's just open. Like, but if you want to lock them down, like say you want to make it so that other faction members can't get in, and the reason that you want to do that is because sometimes you get recruits and you don't know whether to trust them or not. So you'll give a recruit a chunk to build their stuff. They want to build a house, and you say, okay, well, because everybody wants to start building right away, you can take this and give it to them explicitly while they're a recruit, and then that gives them the ability to modify this area, but yet they'll walk everywhere else in your faction base, and they won't be able to open chests or mess with your stuff or break blocks or anything like that until you start to trust them. And then once you make them a member, then they will have more power. But it's also to protect you from them, and to protect what they're building from other new members that they may not know or have mistrusted in some way. But these are some of the things that you want to do to protect your faction and make sure that you do what you can. It's not going to be perfect. Like, you're gonna make mistakes. There's judgment calls when it comes to learning how to trust people. Some of the simple rules of thumb, I think, so far: don't TP to anybody that wants you to go there for free diamonds. They will probably just kill you. And another good one: don't accept too many people into your faction in one day that you don't know, because they might just be trolls working as a team, and they just want to get 2 or 3 guys into your faction so that they can totally just smash you apart and overpower you while you're in there. And certainly don't make them a member on the first day unless you know them from playing in other locations. So if they ask to get access to, they want your house, they'll sit here, and the door will open and close, and they won't be able to get in, and they'll be all mad. If they get too mad, then it's probably because they just want to get in there and smash up some of your stuff or take what you have. So this way you know what your chunk is. You take your main chunk and you protect it like this, so that with the access flag, so that nobody in your faction can get in here, and only you. And then you know that the chests in the area, you could leave a chest right here, and nobody else is going to be able to get access to that chest because of that. So anyways, I hope this helps. I'd like to see more of you having fun on the server without having to worry about somebody coming on for the first time and ending up having everything just disappear on you and having to start over because you misplaced your trust. And it happens a lot. So from this house to this house, which of course is in the wrong spot, as we said, because you control this door, which also might be something you want to control, but depends on how you want to set it out, because you could have this, so this door, you have to let them into this area, and you could block this all off so that nobody can get in. And of course, if you block off the entire roof section, then nobody's going to get in, and you're going to be totally protected, and all your stuff, because then you're boxed in the cage, and you could just build this whole 16 by 16 chunk up. Which reminds me, if you're digging down, if you dig you're digging a mine, you get your mine, typical mine coming down here. if you decide to dig this way, see here, if you go past this, now you're in the wilderness. So you want to make sure you have a door here. So you put your door here, or else people in the wilderness can just come up and head up your stairs, and now they're on the inside of your base. Good thing to think about. It's all about placement. Alright everybody, I gotta go.
Anyways, back to the boring stuff of installing the plugins and making sure that it's all protected so that everybody can enjoy themselves. And people watch the game.